Hey, Tournament Angler Ron Howe coming at you. Garage and tackle talk, man. Hanging out on a Saturday. We got some rainy weather finally coming through California. It's been a really dry 2025. January literally had almost no weather in the center of California south. A little bit up north, but not much down here. And you can tell I'm in the garage because you can hear all the motorcycles and stuff in the background, and maybe even the neighbor playing his music in the garage, which is cool because I like the stuff he's playing. But let's get to talking about some fishing stuff, right? I've been fortunate over the years to work with a lot of tackle companies. And the cool part about that is I get to try a lot of different products. And truly, when I come and talk to you about stuff, it's because I believe this stuff will help you put more fish in the boat. You got to catch them. You got to figure out their mood that day. But that's not everything on getting a fish in the boat. The right rod, your drag set right, and the right hooks. And I've been really, really lucky over the years. I worked with Daiichi for years, and they have some fantastic hooks. I've actually done some videos on this already, but I want to do some more again here because I really feel like I want to show you some of the differences a little bit without getting too much into the tech talk. Like we'll let the company do the tech talk. I'm just going to show you real simple what they're offering, what's new, and what the differences are a little bit. So a new hook that has just came out in the last 2 years is the Pro X hooks from Daiichi. Daiichi's already made a very sharp hook for a long time. They have different technology at the point of the hook. But these Pro X are really something special, and especially for me, because I fish the California Delta and I fish Clear Lake. And these are areas that these fish are current fish, super strong, and bass in the Delta, you know, they'll range from 2-pounders up to about 9. And that just seems to be the range you find out there, you know. We do a lot of pitching and flipping, a lot of stick baits, a lot of creature baits, a lot of heavy punching, and or flipping into toolies, right? So, you know, we're gauged up with 65, 80-pound braid. And if we're not punching per se, but we're flipping heavy stuff, we're going to be using an EWG hook. And in these waters, you need something that's going to penetrate fast and is going to be strong and not bend when you set the hook. And for that reason, these new Pro X, you can see them bad dogs right there. This sucker right here is a thick, stout, yet fast penetrating hook. That sucker right there ain't bending on you when you smash a hook. The first time I get to try these hooks out, I was at Clear Lake in the spawn, and my tackle box has other hooks in it. I mean, you don't always have everything you need every day you go up to the lake, and sometimes you got to buy a pack of stuff, right? So I had a very popular brand of hook, which I've used with great success over the years. They're a lighter wire, and they're very, very sharp. The tips tend to bend quickly. The tip points can flatten. You don't see as much of that with these Pro X hooks. I'm going to promise you that. But I was bed fishing, and these fish were out deeper. And in that 5 to 8 foot column where it's kind of a little hard to see them, I'm fishing for fish that not everybody's looking for. I'm not in a tournament, just out there fun fishing and waiting for these fish in the afternoon to start pressing up and getting close to the beds and throw some baits in there and try to catch them, you know. And this female was about maybe 7.5 pounds, right around there. Not a giant, but a good size fish, right? And I must have had her hooked 4 or 5 times. And she would come off and I'd reel up my hook and my hook would be bent. And I wasn't using Daiichi that day. I was using something else. And I don't slam other brands. We're not doing that. We're just telling you the difference here. I said, you know, I got to try these new Pro X hooks I got because I just had a few packs in the boat. I hadn't even put them in my box yet, right? So I went ahead, opened the package up, poured them in the box. I was like, you know, oh yeah, I forgot how stout these things look. I'm like, oh, let's give them a try. Tied one up, flipped it in there 3, 4, 5 times. She finally ate it. When I set the hook on her, she didn't come off. And again, I had missed her several times with those other hooks. Not only did it penetrate quickly and stick that fish, but when I got that fish in, it was a challenge to get the hook out. And I was pretty impressed right off the bat. That was my first experience with a new hook. And since then, I can't tell you how many fish just flipping, pitching stick baits, throwing a fluke, it doesn't matter. If you need a stout, strong hook that doesn't bend, the tips don't flatten easily, so they stay sharp longer and they penetrate quicker, check out these Pro X hooks. You're not going to be sorry. Again, this is the Pro X Wide Gap Plus Nano. That's what it looks like in the package. You can see the new punch hooks have the Daiichi logo on them, right? Now I'm going to show you the other end of the spectrum, and that is X-Point, owned by the same company. Look at the thickness difference. You can see it right there in the package. So if you do need that light wire hook, you still got these in Daiichi and X-Point, and they work great. I love X-Point too. What I actually like the X-Point for is their size 1/0, 2/0 EWG like this. That's my Texas rig drop shot hook, where I want that finessey hook. I want that lighter wire application. I want it to be super tacky, sticky, and just barely lift up with braid to fluoro and hook those fish, right? So that's where I really like to use the X-Point, is in a smaller EWG hook for drop shotting around weeds, vegetation, wood. But I'm using a spin rod, parabolic, made for drop shotting. So I'm not pounding this hook into these fish. This is a lift up, reel down, reel set application, and those hooks work perfectly for that application. But around that thick stuff, try the new Pro X Nano EWG stuff. Put some more fish in the boat now, today, and have fun. Ron Howe checking out RB Bass Outdoors, and never forget your real magic, because it's real magic from TTI Blakemore. See ya.